going to quickly show you how to lubricate the center spindle on this awesome Denon turntable. All you're going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver and some motor oil. This is Hops number 9. I use this on a lot of turntables and it's really held the test of time. So first step, you just want to take off these screws along the perimeter. Once you get all the screws removed, keep in mind that that's a ground lug, so just push that to the side. And you don't need to take these out. Once you remove it slowly, you'll notice that there's 4 more, and these are a different size, so just make sure you keep track of that. With those screws removed, this piece comes right out like that, and for me, mine was covered in oil, so just make sure you put that somewhere. It's not going to get dirty. And this whole spindle part releases like this. And there's your coil. So this is the part where you're going to want to clean out. So I just took some Q-tips with some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and just some generic Q-tips, and I went in there and cleaned it all out. And as you can see, mine is very clean. You can definitely get super clean. That oil comes right out with the alcohol. And then I just apply some drops of oil on the spindle here, and especially one on the ball bearing at the bottom. And make sure you clean this out, the inner shaft. That took a lot longer with Q-tips and a lot of alcohol, but I got it to a point where like the last Q-tip that I put in came out looking, you know, like nothing was on it. So that's how you know it was super clean. I don't touch the coils. There was a little bit of grease on there that I picked up with some alcohol, but I really don't touch them much. And once you do that, you just insert the spindle back. Make sure you press it in. There's always going to be an air gap that it creates. I also cleaned up a little bit right here. Then I just take this end cap and I just cleaned it up with paper towels, and I'll reinstall it. With that cap back in place, we can flip it over, and the label faces this side, the corner. So you just line up these screw holes on the bottom, and once again the label faces that way. The cables, these orange, yellow, and white ones face yourself if you're standing where I am. And keep in mind that this ground lug, just throw it right back on where it was. With all those screws back in, what you want to do is just really tighten them. You don't want to over tighten them, but just get it so that there's going to definitely be no play or no wiggle. And especially be sure to also get these screws at the top. Just make sure they're really tight. Those are what hold the coil in. Now, mine had glue on these screws, so of course I took them out because I was curious, but when you put them in, just make sure you really tighten them back. And these screws do bottom out, so at a certain point you can't tighten them anymore. And just make sure they're in there good and there's no play. And some general points of lubrication. I just do these pivoting parts right here. Anything that's on that's held with an E-clip. So I just put a little bit of lubricant there, here, and then on the arm lifting mechanism right there, I use the same oil. I also have a video showing a severe problem that this turntable suffers with the voltage regulator and a few bad capacitors, and if you fix all that, the speed is going to be dead on. Now, mine was spinning absolutely uncontrollably, so if your Denon has the same problem, hit the link in the description, and that'll take you right to my video, and I show another few general maintenance things that you should probably do with this turntable. One other place I lubricated was also under the tone arm assembly right here, just to make the arms swivel really nicely. And yeah, so this video helped you, let me know, and if you have any more questions about the turntable, please leave a comment. Thank you.